All right, man, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. So this is part 3 of What's the Dirt, breaking down Family Matters. So we're going to go through this and watch some of the things he say. And if I disagree, I'll disagree, you know. And if I want to respond to something he said, I'll respond. So look, man, let's get to it. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the single, sexy ladies with the weaves and non-weaves and natural hair and toes painted pink and all this with the French manicure, long nails, all that good stuff. Put one in the chat, man. Sexy single ladies, all the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content and it's absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, links will be on the screen. Cash App, PayPal is in the description. I call me the hidden gem, man. Listen, I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 10,000. And that's it. So let me know where you from, man. And we're going to get right to this, man. Let's go. What's the dirt? Let's go. Part three.
To the allegations of domestic abuse. However, another layer comes into play when we look at Whitney Houston's massive hit, All the Man That I Need, as it's on this record where Whitney is describing the perfect partner, where the lyrics describe how the man fulfills her emotional needs, provides love, security, and makes her feel complete. So Drake is saying that Whitney is not getting any of these things from Kendrick, right?
Why you never hold your son and tell him say?
I don't know about that bar because he didn't say that. He said I'll be with somebody. Or that was a push up. So this song, he was saying that Whitney saying "Save Me" or something like that. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper than that. I don't know. I don't know about that. I highly doubt that because she's still with him. And let's get to it.
At the time of this track, Drake seemed to have assumed that Kendrick was never seen with his new child, but this is in fact false, as I found a video of Kendrick feeding him.
We on track 3.
No, for real.
Hey, give me that thing.
What you looking for?
We could have left the kids out of this, don't blame me.
Drake brings up how Kendrick made mention to his son Adonis on Euphoria.
That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that.
And it's because of that where Drake says, okay, now it's fair game.
You a dog.
Nah. You ain't gonna slide with that one. Nah. That's not what it was. It wasn't that he brought his son up. You know that. Don't be disingenuous. What's the dirt? You know exactly what that meant. You ain't stupid, bro. You're not stupid. You do all these breakdowns. You know exactly what that meant. He was saying he was a deadbeat dad. He never said anything about his son. He said he got a son to raise, but I see you don't know nothing about that. He didn't say, oh, well, you don't raise your son because you are, what's the name? He basically said that he got a son to raise and he don't know nothing about that. He didn't implement his son into this. Yeah, it's crazy how you try to twist things, bro. Like it really is. But let's keep it going.
You know you just play sweet.
So this line is actually pretty impactful and 100% true, but it'll make a lot more sense.
See what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. This is what you do. How do you know? You don't know if something is 100% true. You don't know that. You're speculating. You don't know if anything's 100% true. Honestly, probably nothing's 100% true, bro. There's always something in there, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if it's 100% true. But let's keep it going.
If I explain it in a few more bars.
Your baby mama Cashman's always screaming, save me.
Drake continues to dish out more shots, as when we look at Whitney's captions on Instagram, they don't seem to scream happy relationship.
Even when the sun shines on my face. I can reflect on those dark days. Man, get out of here with that, bro. Get out of here with that. She could be a writer. She could be a poet. She could be anything. Get this out of here, bro. That's cat, bro. This is cat. This is cat, bro. This is cat. You're what you're doing. You're trying to conflate what she's saying to the relationship. She listen, bro. She has no problem saying Kendrick's name in any of her captions. Correct. So why would she not say that here? Like, this is cat, bro. That's cat, bro.
Relationship by any means. Now, she is a new mother, right? So she could have went through postpartum depression. Those posts don't mean that that's about their relationship.
Postpartum depression. Oh my God, bro. You are wildin', bro. You're wildin', bro. For you to even say that, that's nuts. She's a new mother. She could go through postpartum depression. What? She's not a war vet? What are you talking about? She's a mother, dog. What? That you can't even, that's crazy for you to say. That's how I know I don't know if you do a deep dive within yourself all the time, but that's way over the top for, she could have been going through postpartum depression. What? Like, come on, bro.
As far as the visuals go, it's at this point where the loader heads towards the crusher with the van on its forks.
You did it dirty all your life. You tryna.
And you totally skipped that part. You totally skipped that part. This is what I mean by when Kendrick say, you got the clown working for the circus. You know what I'm saying? The clown in the circus. That part, he said, I heard one of those kids was Dave Free. He said that. I want to see if you are going to bring that up. I want to see this. Now, maybe later on in the video, you might bring it up. But right now, if you're going through bar after bar, how come you didn't bring that part up? Let's see. Let's see.
Drake makes the claim that Kendrick has been doing Whitney dirty his whole life. All right, so let's just look at the timeline of all the times that Kendrick did Whitney dirty that we know of. It was back in 2010 where Kendrick spoke about just how poorly he treated her while Whitney stayed at home alone.
And she know they got me. I watch her feelings watch me. As they staring with the saddest eyes of loneliness.
Now you could say this is just him telling.
Again, rappers are very creative when it comes to stuff. And he could have been talking about something else. You don't know that. He could have been talking about music. He could have been talking about anything. You don't know because he did not mention her name and she did not come out and say that that song was about her. So you can't say that. You are back in assumption land. You're just assuming right now.
The story, and it's not about them, but we can at least admit at the very minimum that the parallels are interesting. And he would...
See what I mean? So what you're doing is, again, you're saying that the parallels are minimum. But you're trying to maximize these parallels by constantly keep throwing stuff in there to say, well, look at this, look at this, look at this. But none of this proves anything because him or her didn't come out and say any of this. Did Whitney ever come out and say that Kendrick did these things? You know what I'm saying? Did Kendrick come out and say that he did these things? Maybe later on, but he explained it on Mr. Morale. We're going to get to that. But let's keep it going.
Only go on to break more promises as at the end of this record, he commits to being faithful to her from that point on.
So to what's important in my life, I apologize. I promise to stay faithful, focused, and sanctified.
So,
bro, that could mean anything. I'm going to be honest with you. You said, it says, I promise to stay faithful and sanctified at the end. He could be talking about religion, bro. He literally could be talking about religion. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what you're doing with that. I don't know, but he could be talking about religion. Let's keep it going.
Even from a very early point here, we have Kendrick admitting to wrongdoings on a record. And because he apologizes for things like this and comes off as sincere, fans seemingly give this behavior a pass. But bro,
look, again, you're back in speculation land because you don't know if he was talking about her. You don't know. What you're doing is you are taking that and you trying to extrapolate to your argument. That's not going to work with me, bro. You have to provide more detail of this because you're saying you're going off of tweets and you're going off of lyrics on songs to say that, oh, he was unfaithful to his girlfriend. You know, and at this time he was before he admitted whatever he did. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it going.
apologized. He admitted it. Like, that doesn't change anything. That doesn't change the fact that he was sliming her pretty bad. It doesn't.
That does change, bro. That does change something. When you do someone dirty and they forgive you for it, right? It's a such thing called forgive and forget. They both go together. You can't have one without the other. So you can't say, well, I forgave this person, but I would never forget what they did, or I forgive them, but I'll never forgive them for what, or never forget what they did, or vice versa. You can't do that. So when you get up here and you say, well, he was sliming her real bad, and I'm just going to be clear here. I'm going to be honest. I don't agree with certain things that people abusing people and all that stuff. But if you agree to it and you continue on with it, you can't blame just him. You can't say he was sliming her really bad. What if she liked to be slimed? You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. And I'm being honest. Like, some people like that type of behavior. And so you're going to say that it's all his fault if a person accepts that? If a person likes a golden shower and a person gives them a golden shower and you say, well, yeah, man, it was messed up that you were giving that person a golden shower. And the person said to you, well, they liked it. And you said, it was still wrong of you to do that. And it's like, well, no, they like it. So, and I'm not saying that she liked that, but I'm just saying you don't really know the ramification. You don't really know what happened between the two. You're just, again, you're back in speculation land. So that's a clear X for you right there.
There's also the fact that if we're going to overanalyze and critique every single thing that Drake says and does and use it against him to support whatever narrative there may be, then we have to do it here as well. It's only fair.
Nah, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. You can't say that people overanalyze and critique everything Drake does. They just recently start doing that. But if you look at what happened before, people do not overanalyze and critique Drake. Drake could have literally murdered somebody in the street and his fans will still uphold him and say he's a great guy. He could literally do something like that. At one point, Drake could do no wrong. This guy was sleeping with dudes' girlfriends and wives and everything, and people were still defending it. He slept with Lil Wayne's girl, and people defended. This not the same. This is not the same. You're talking about an argument or a disagreement or whatever between two people. That's Kendrick and Whitney versus a dude who constantly did stuff to disrupt people's lives. Constantly. So you can't sit here and say that we have to critique them the same. No, you do not. You cannot critique them the same. Not even in the slightest. You can't, because one I would say deserves more of the grace. Even if he did do something, he deserves more of the grace because he was honest and open about it. The other one on that side, that guy is terrible. He's never honest about it. And he's still doing nefarious and stupid things to this day. So how could you sit here and say that we have to do the same? No, it's not. They two different people. They have to be scrutinized two different ways, bro. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that people should forgive Kendrick if he was doing some crazy stuff. But at the same time, you can't sit here and say that they need to be treated the same way. Nah, I'm not rolling with that. That's crazy.
Unless, of course, you're a deranged, insane super fan. Then you probably wouldn't agree, but most people wouldn't.
And see, and that right there is crazy for you to say. You know what I'm saying? Because you basically saying like, oh, well, if you don't agree with me, then you are deranged. You're deranged if you don't agree with me. You're the one doing all this speculating, pulling out all of these things and going to sit here and say that somebody's deranged because they don't agree with you. They're a super fan. Well, God damn it, call me a super fan. Call me deranged. You can call me whatever. But I bet you won't beat me in a debate. We could have that. I would love to have you on here, and I will smoke you in a debate. Clearly, about this topic. Maybe something else you might get me in, but. Oh, man. Let's keep it going.
Continuing on with the timeline, we now need to look at Kendrick's lyrics on Mr. Morale as it gives context to another incident in 2012.
I met her on the third night
of Chicago, North America tour, my eye closed. Feet 5'4" from, she was a model. Eyes like green penetrate.
Kendrick refers to his North American tour and states that he met a woman on the third night of Chicago. Now, when I looked into this, I found that he's referring to the Pitchfork Music Festival, which took place in Chicago in 2012, where he did indeed perform on the third night and admits to sleeping with this woman.
Green eyes said you be okay. First tour, sex to pain away.
And it was literally just 1 month before that festival where Kendrick claimed that he was still with his long-term girlfriend and that he doesn't do any dirt while on tour.
I know you thought about smashing Angela.
No, he has a girlfriend. You still have a girlfriend, right?
Right.
Yeah, he laughed.
Right.
I know the black hippies.
All right, so let me stop that right there, right? Look, he didn't give a definitive answer. And number one, when you put on a spot like that, you know what I'm saying? Because Charlamagne literally saying that Angela Yee wanted to give him some ass. You know what I'm saying? She probably wanted to give him some ass. And she's like, oh, no, he got a girlfriend. And that's basically code to hit a dude with, well, you got a girlfriend, because if you didn't, I would give you some ass, right? Now, to be honest, that's what this is. So when you bring this clip up and you say that he said, he never admitted, he just said, yeah, like that. He never admitted that he had a girl. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't or didn't. I'm just saying, when someone says they have someone, you can't use this tiny piece of like that as a big piece. It has to be, yes, I have a girlfriend. If someone was to ask me, not me, but if someone was to ask me, do you have a girlfriend? I'm going to say, yes, I do. He didn't even really answer. But again, you're trying to use that to your advantage in an argument. I mean, in this video, and we're going to see where it goes.
You get a lot of groupies, so I know you on the road doing your dirt.
I know, that has to
Does
be
your
tough.
girlfriend understand?
I mean, it's not really dirt. I'm just chilling. I don't be messing with the groupies like that.
Then I found a tweet.
Okay, that's that right there. Now, you saying that he's lying, right? Saying he lying. Okay, let's say for argument's sake, he is lying, right? You still don't know if he was telling the truth or lying. You don't know. You just saying basically, oh, well, he's lying right here. So that means that he's lying about everything. He could be telling the truth that he wasn't. And then he was. He could have been lying on the song. You don't know. You wasn't there. So what you're doing is, again, you're back in speculation land. So you can't say, you could just say, allegedly, he's not telling the truth, or allegedly. But you are clearly saying this is a 100% facts. That's what you're doing. But let's keep it going.
From Whitney's sister, which was 2 months after the festival, where she said, he's been with my sister since high school. He's family. So when it comes to Drake's claims...
No. I ain't going to let you slide with that one. Okay, so look. Literally, she could be saying, yeah, they broke up and he did her dirty or whatever happened. I don't know whatever happened. But he's like family. That happens, bro.
She said, he's been with my sister since high school. He's family.
And on top of that, for you to sit here and say, no, I'm not revealing her name, her identity, but it's her sister. How are we supposed to take your word for it? We can't take your word for it because you're leaving certain things out. I can't take your word for it. You're leaving certain things out and you're being biased. You know what I'm saying? That's that. You shouldn't even have put this up. You should have just been like, well, there was a tweet from her sister, his sister. You guys go look it up. But you cover the name up and say, well, this is her sister. But yet and still, you post a picture of her sister up there. That's her sister, right? You post a picture. So people gonna find out who she is. It ain't like people ain't gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You're trying to act like you're protecting someone. Come on, bro. Stop with the...
So when it comes to Drake's claims of doing Whitney dirty, this acts as another check mark in the timeline. And this is why Drake said you like to play sweet a few bars earlier. Now we can explain that. Drake cleverly plays off his previous puppy love line to claim that Kendrick is a complete dog when it comes to women, and even 13 years ago it was on the Buried Alive track where Kendrick is talking all about how he can't wait for his music to pop off so that he could live like Drake and smash groupies.
Red, I'ma go and get some head off the strength of my music. I tell a bad bitch, yo ass too fat, capitalize that. And your weave look good with the Indian tracks.
So third.
All right, so let me stop that there. I totally disagree with that. So number one, you took that right out of context because the whole point of that song was that is what most people want. It's the same thing as the first song on To Pimp a Butterfly. We should never say, when I get signed, I'm gonna act a fool. And so, yeah, he said that on that song. But he's saying in theory, that's what they do. That's what people do. But he didn't succumb to that. Because at the end of the song, he changed it up. He didn't succumb to it. That's what you're saying. So again, you're taking it out of context to try to prove your point, but you back over there in speculation land again.
15 years ago, Kendrick is saying he wants to get some head off the strength of his music, which is exactly what he did, as just 1 year and 8 months later, he would cheat on Whitney and dipped into the vanilla cream at a festival in Copenhagen. Nah, the crowd was different in Copenhagen, babe. Like, they really do love me out here. It's crazy. And of course, Kendrick had to frame those lyrics like he had big plans of messing with thick queens with the weave looking on point. But in reality, he was gripping on a blonde ponytail and balls deep in skinny white ass. I mean, Kendrick.
Again, you don't know that. You don't know that. Again, you are inserting yourself into the argument. That's what you're doing. You can't, and on top of that, you can't say that you believe that this is from Drake's perspective because you are literally inserting yourself into the argument by acting like you're doing fake calls and stuff like that. That's what you're doing. You're acting it out, calling, oh, well, unless you're a super deranged fan and all this stuff. Like, yeah, you're literally you're putting yourself into this whole thing here. It's not a okay, well, let me break this down and do this and that. No, you're not doing this. So let's see.
Might just be a milkman, right? A closeted milkman.
And after that, it's over. You wake up and you don't even know what you done.
I missed the show. I wish they'd bring it back. But leave some of your favorite moments in the comments, and I guarantee I'll get them.
You had a boo.
Yeah.
And there was rumors that you guys got engaged.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations,
Appreciate
man.
that. Yeah, I'm loyal to the soil.
Yeah, I got engaged, and I'm also really loyal, too, by the way. Like, that's just, I'm Kendrick. Fast forwarding in the timeline, that interview that you just saw was in April 2015, where he claims that he's loyal to the soil. However, it's presumed that during that long break between Damn and Mr. Morale, that even more complicated family matters took place.
Insecurities that I project sleeping with other women. Whitney's hurt, the pure soul I know. I found her in the kitchen.
And
all right, so okay. You said 2015, but you also said that song that he the song when he was talking about the first, I think it was his third song on the album. He's talking about a good kid, Mad City tour, a flourish on them stages. I mean, if he was saying that he was cheating on her back then, right? He's talking about that same situation from then. You don't know if they got past it after this interview. He could have not ever did anything with her. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you got some other evidence to see. So let's see what he says.
Whitney did appear to leave him during this period.
But Whitney's gone. By the time you hear this song, she did all she could.
So that 5-year gap between...
Nah, bro. You misunderstood that bar right there. Nah. That's not what this is. That song basically was saying that he was broken and everything was over in his life, right? This has nothing to do with at that time. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with at that time. At least I don't think it does. You know what I'm saying? But from what you're saying that she broke up with him, right? Because he's saying he left her. She left him or whatever. Broke up with him. Whitney's gone or whatever. Hold up.
Mr. Morale, that even more complicated family matters took place.
Insecurities that I project sleeping with other women. Whitney's hurt, the pure soul I know. I found her in the kitchen.
And Whitney did appear.
So, my thing is, okay, so even if he's saying that, right? If this is from back in the day, what I'm trying to understand is, when did they break up? I don't know. Maybe you might have the answer. I don't know. But when did they break up? Because that's important. That's important to what this whole section of this video is.
To leave him during this period.
But Whitney's gone. By the time you hear this song, she did all she could.
So that 5-year gap between Damn and Mr. Morale seems to be where the more complicated family matters took place. And Kendrick's claims of being with his high school sweetheart from the jump was seemingly another lie, as we heard from Nitty Scott that she was in a relationship with Kendrick for a full year.
So shout out to Kendrick.
Wait a minute. Hold up. So how you saying that that's a lie if he was with his high school sweetheart? So you saying that he was with her and was with her at the same time, or he was with her after that? If Whitney was his high school sweetheart, he was with her during high school and then they broke up and then got back together. If this girl came along after they broke up, how is that a lie? They wasn't together. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. Like, you're saying that was a lie. How is that a lie? If they were broken up, how is that a lie?
Kendrick, that's the homie. Yeah, we had a brief thing.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like a long-term relationship. The way I heard it was like, yo, you know she used to fuck with Kendrick. It wasn't like, yo, you were his like.
I'll put it like I'll say like that was my boo. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my thing. I was seeing him and him only for at least a year.
I think we can all agree in here that the high school sweetheart thing has been great for Kendrick, right?
But okay, so what are we doing here with this one? Because what is your point with this though? If they were broken up, why does that matter? If he had a high school sweetheart and they broke up and then he messed with somebody else and he got back with his high school sweetheart, how can you say that wasn't? Like, I don't understand your angle on that argument. That's kind of stupid.
Right, good look. So I think we just ignore this. So it's here where we close the timeline on the relationship, and it's understood that Kendrick admitted to some of these things himself, but this line from Drake is about the cycle of doing Whitney dirty, and by all accounts, this is extremely accurate. But bro, he said he's not your savior. Like, guys, I know about Mr. Morale, but that doesn't change the fact that what Drake is saying here is true. He treated her poorly. Being with his high school sweetheart was part of Kendrick's.
All right, listen, bro. This again. Now you're going still in speculation land.
Brand, as it made him look like he was different than all the other rappers because he didn't change with the money and fame. It made him look loyal, but this isn't what took place at all. We heard it a million times, right? Oh, Kendrick is really genuine. He's not like the other guys. He's still with his high school girlfriend. He's genuine. It's within this first.
I don't listen, bro. That you now you this whole segment right here is a bunch of cap and a bunch of you just digging for something. I think you wanted to make this part a little bit longer, but that's crazy for you to say. You're speculating off what other people say to say, well, yeah, this is what everybody said. Like, no, bro, it don't work like that.
First verse from Drake where he indicates that Kendrick is just truly envious of the life that Drake lives. 13 years ago, Kendrick claimed he essentially wanted Drake's life, and Drake frames it like that didn't change. Drake has always had the freedom to sleep with any woman he wants, and while Kendrick positioned himself for over a decade as an honest and faithful guy to his high school girlfriend, this is simply not the case, as he was
Kendrick never presented himself that way. This is what I mean. You're contradicting yourself. You literally said earlier in this whole thing that Kendrick was saying to his girl in the song that he was messing around and he hurt her. Now you're saying that he's coming out saying that Kendrick never said any of these things, which you just played on. He said, yeah, I'm loyal to the soil. Okay, cool. But that doesn't mean anything. Again, it doesn't mean nothing, man. It don't mean nothing. What you're doing is you're grasping at straws to try to connect an argument, and it's not working. It's not working, bro. Let's be serious here. Like, you could try to bring up old things. You already know how people are in interviews, bro. That's just how it goes. Nobody's going to get on an interview and say that they cheat on their girlfriend. Like, come on, bro. Stop with the goofy shit. But in the music, they might, because you literally pointed out that he was saying he cheating on his girlfriend in his music. Now you're trying to say that he was always saying he was faithful. Which one is it? He said he's a hypocrite. The man said he goes back and forth with certain things. So which one is it? What are we doing here?
Really moving more similar to Drake than what people would like to admit. Drake is basically saying, you always wanted to live the life that I lived. You did live the life that I lived. You just hid it from the world behind a sweetheart persona.
I heard that one of them little kids might be day free.
Okay, so first, to better understand this line, we need to look at what was said by both artists on the diss tracks that came before. On Push-Ups, Drake started out the track with the Who Kid drop, which was something that none of us understood at the time. From there, he threw insults regarding Kendrick's height, said that his last album bricked, that TDE was extorting him, and he had the line about bodyguards with Whitney. Then he dropped Tailor Made. On Tailor Made, he used an AI Snoop and Tupac to mock Kendrick, question his authenticity, claimed he was powerless to Taylor Swift, and he ended off the track by claiming that Kendrick was in his New York apartment struggling. And then Kendrick said this on Euphoria.
If you take it there, I'm taking it further. Psst, that's something you don't want to do.
Okay, so the question is,
Okay. No. You can't skip that part, bro. You can't skip that part. You have to go back to what Drake said first. Drake literally said, I'll be with some bodyguard like Whitney. Now, we already know, because you admitted this in your other reaction video. You admitted that he should have never said that. It wasn't you or academics. Somebody said that. He brought up his wife, and we already know what happened when he brought up, what's the name? When he brought up, what's the girl name? When he brought up Pusha T's wife. We know what happened. We know what happened when he brought his wife up. So let's just be clear here. Let's be clear.
What, where, take what further. What did Drake say in those two tracks that would make Kendrick react like this? Well, there's only two answers. Something to do with the Who Kid drop, which would indicate that he picked up on what it meant, or something to do with Whitney. Kendrick is reacting to something.
Nah. First of all, what are you talking about? So let me get this right. You try to connect DJ Who Kid used that for years. For years. You're trying to connect that to the bar to say Who Kid? Like, it's like, whose kid is that? Like, he already said it's Dave Free's kid. So why does it matter if he says Who Kid? Yo, that is a crazy reach. I don't care what nobody says. That's a crazy reach. That's a crazy reach right there, bro. Like, okay, I respect your journalism and I respect you digging deep, but that right there is nuts. And for you to say that Kendrick fans are super fans and are insane, what you just said is crazy. That's crazy. Like, come on, bro.
Here, it's either the bar about Whitney or the bar about the kid. It's one of the two. Objectively speaking, it appears that Kendrick recognizes Drake has something on him, as he's deemed it significant enough to issue a threat.
We ain't gotta get personal. This a friendly fade. You should keep it that way.
I don't think.
Nah, dog. Bro, no, you need to do a little more due diligence, bro. No, that's not what happened. Like, oh my God, bro, this is so crazy to me. This is so crazy, and it's kind of annoying. It's annoying to see people do this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if you doing this for clicks. I don't know. But you're trying to say that Kendrick, he literally warned him. He warned him. We should keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take it there, bro. She keep it that way. So my thing is, even if you basically saying that Kendrick knew something then, that's what you're saying. So let's see what he says.
We should take it there. Let's just keep it friendly. Like, I mean, he says it twice. There's zero doubt in my mind that Kendrick picked up on the fact that Drake had something on him. 100%. Now, as far as this Dave Free line, I'm not sure where Drake heard this rumor, but he claims that one of Kendrick's kids might not be his. And due to the reference to the son just a few bars earlier, it's presumed this is who he's talking about. Now, to me, it's obvious that both children belong to Kendrick, as they clearly possess a number of his facial features. However, Drake only insinuates that this might be the case, which really makes me believe that at the very least, Drake is claiming that Whitney and Dave could have been messing around. I'd be pretty much shocked if...
I'm going to part 3. Listen, bro, I'm ending it right there. I'm ending it right there, bro. I'm going to part 4. Part 4 will be coming up. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Nah, we not doing that. We not doing that. Yeah, we not doing that. Part 4 will be out, man. Part 4 coming up, man. This is part 3. Yo, bro, you reaching a whole lot in this joint, bro. I respect that you looking up stuff. I can respect that you looking up stuff and going through all this and making nice little graphic arts and all this stuff. But bro, you are reaching so much. And a lot of this stuff is just speculation. It's so crazy how you would just speculate to make a point, bro. Like, it's all speculation and alleged. You have no definitive proof of any of this stuff, bro. Nothing. So you can't say this is 100% facts or this is check or this is 100% fact. It only makes you look bad because you don't know if this is true. You don't know. You just going off what you believe is true, but it is not. You don't know if it's true or not. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, man, this is part 3. Part 4 will be coming up, man. Yeah, man. I had to stop it there. All right, man. Y'all have yourself a good day. See y'all. Peace.